If the darkness ever whispers your name, don't answer, because it already knows where you are. Ethan Parker was a night security guard at an abandoned psychiatric hospital hidden deep inside Blackwood Forest. The building had been empty for over 30 years after a mysterious fire killed dozens of patients. Since then, strange stories surrounded the ruins. Visitors claimed they heard voices calling their names, even when no one else was there. Ethan never believed the rumors. On his first night, everything felt normal. Broken windows rattled in the cold wind, old wheelchairs stood covered in dust, and the halls echoed with silence. Then, at exactly 3:13 a.m., his radio suddenly crackled. A soft voice whispered, "Ethan." He froze. No one knew he was inside. Thinking it was interference, he ignored it and continued his patrol. A few minutes later, every flashlight in the hallway went out at once. The darkness became unnaturally thick. Then, the whisper returned, closer this time. "Ethan, I finally found you." Ethan's flashlight flickered back to life, but something was wrong. The shadow on the wall didn't move with him. It remained perfectly still, watching. He slowly turned around. The hallway was empty. His radio suddenly hissed again. A terrified voice cried, "Don't let it say your name 3 times!" The transmission ended with a loud burst of static. Confused, Ethan searched the old security office for answers. Inside a dusty cabinet, he found a burned patient file. Across the front, someone had written in shaky handwriting, "It has no face. It has no body. It only becomes real after learning your name." The report described a series of deaths from decades ago. Every victim claimed the darkness whispered their name before they disappeared. Their bodies were never found. Only deep black handprints remained on the walls still. Ethan laughed nervously. This can't be real. Then, from somewhere deep inside the hospital, "Ethan." Silence. A few seconds later, "Ethan." The voice was closer. Ice ran through his veins. He remembered the warning. Don't let it say your name 3 times. Before he could run, the lights exploded. The entire hospital fell into absolute darkness. Then, inches behind his ear, a cold whisper breathed. "Ethan." The third whisper echoed through the darkness. For one terrifying second, everything became completely silent. Then, Ethan heard footsteps, not in front of him, behind him. Slow, heavy, getting closer. His flashlight suddenly switched on by itself. The beam revealed a man standing at the end of the hallway. It was Ethan. Same face, same uniform, same terrified eyes. The only difference, the copy wasn't breathing. It smiled. Its mouth stretched far beyond human limits until its cheeks split open. In a voice that sounded exactly like Ethan's, it whispered, "Now I know who you are." The lights died again. Ethan knew his mother's voice was impossible, but something inside him pulled him toward the basement. Each step down the cracked concrete stairs made the air colder. The smell of burned flesh and damp earth filled his lungs. His flashlight began to dim again. At the bottom, he found a massive steel door hanging open. Inside was a room unlike the rest of the hospital. The walls were covered with thousands of names, carved deep into the concrete. Some looked decades old. Others looked fresh. Then Ethan found one name that wasn't there before. The letters slowly carved themselves into the wall as he watched. A low growl echoed behind him. The darkness began to rise from the floor like thick black smoke, twisting into a towering human shape with no face. Where its face should have been, there was only a mouth. It smiled. Then hundreds of voices spoke from inside it at once. Every name belongs to me. The creature stretched out a long black hand. The names on the walls began to bleed. One by one, the carved names vanished, as if those people had never existed. Ethan tried to run, but the exit slammed shut on its own. The creature whispered one final sentence that froze the blood in his veins. When your name disappears, no one will remember you ever lived. Then the darkness lunged toward him. The creature crashed into Ethan like a wave of living darkness. He screamed. Then everything went silent. Hours later, police officers arrived after losing contact with him. They searched every room of the abandoned hospital. They found Ethan's flashlight, his radio, his keys. But Ethan Parker was gone. There was his apartment was empty. His family looked confused when shown his photograph. They all gave the same answer. We've never seen this man before. Days later, the abandoned hospital was sealed forever. But every year, on the same night, at exactly 3:13 a.m., emergency radios near Blackwood Forest suddenly come to life. A calm whisper crawls through the static. It never asks for help. It only says one thing. Tell me your name. And those who answer are never remembered again.